Hi there, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. What we're going to look at today is installing Dominion Server on Windows Server on Amazon Cloud. It's one of the common objections that we get from customers, and that is the cost of hardware. So the three of us, myself, Eugene, and Daria, got together and said, how can we simplify this? So we decided to do this live stream for you, and yeah, we're going to go through it step by step. Firstly, Eugene will install Windows Server on Amazon Cloud, and then Daria will install the Dominion Server, and lastly, I will install some assets and show you how the Dominion Server works from the cloud perspective. Right, so over to Eugene.
Hello, my name is Eugene, and I'm gonna show you today how to start installing virtual server and then installing Windows Server 2019 on it. We will be using Amazon AWS services and choose launch VPC over here. When we're opening VPC, uh, you choose launch VPC wizard. Over here, go VPC with public and private subnets. Select it. We choose a name, let's say Dominion test 1. Over here we choose our IP address. We choose create VPC. Alright, while it's creating, tell you about the Amazon services. Amazon EC2 is free to try, but there are 4 ways to pay for Amazon EC2 instances. You can choose on demand, reserved instances, and spot instances. You can also pay for dedicated hosts, which provide you with EC2 instance capacity on a physical server dedicated for your use only. And also free tier, AVC free tier includes 750 hours of Linux and Windows T2-micro instance each month for 1 year. To stay with the free tier, use only EC2 micro instances. And also you can use reserved instances. Reserved instances provide you with a significant discount up to 75% compared to on demand. But it's, you see, it's for more for users who will be using it on like a regular basis. But you can check it out, more pricing, just log in on AWS, I'm sorry, dash amazon.com. All right, here our VPC server created. We press OK. Okay, we're gonna go to ABC main console page. We choose EC2, and over here we're gonna choose launch instance, branch launch instance. Over here we're gonna select Windows Server 2019. All right, over here we choose Windows Server 2019 base. Press select. Over here where I was telling you, if you wanna do the free tier uh, eligible, you just only have to use T2.micro with one processor and 1 GB of memory. We're gonna go choose T medium small with the 2 processors and 4 gigabytes of memory. Okay, we're gonna just configure, check everything here before you launch the Windows Server. Over here we're gonna go configure security settings, have to add rule. Right, just gonna set our settings here. Okay, over here 82, 83. All right, and that's it. We do review. All right, and yeah, press review and launch. Press launch. Okay, no key pair found. Create new key pair. Dominion test, you type a name, it's for the key pair password, Dominion test, download. Alright, over here, Kate, just gonna put on a desktop here, okay. Press launch the instance. Alright, so now we're launching the server. Instance now launching. Alright, so now we finish our Windows Launch installation. Over here, we can choose connect, download remote desktop, get the password. We choose key pair this. We choose our instance right here and the desktop. It's supposed to be, let me see 1 second. Okay, right here, and decrypt the passwords. Okay, we copy the password, close. Over here we got our, let me see, remote desktop where it downloaded. Over here, choose connect, choose our password, type OK. Here you got your Windows remote desktop. It's loading, just so my computer taking a little slow. Alright, here you are. Alright guys, hopefully it was helpful to you. Thank you for your time.
Okay guys, now let's install our Daminion Server. All you need to do is to locate your installer, double click it, then select the installation language, the language of your installation. In my case it's going to be English. Here feel free to read your license agreement. I already know what it says, so I just accept it. Here you can select standard or custom installation and specify the folder to store uploaded files. Basically this is the folder which will be storing your original files. Now you can install GhostScript if you're going to use vector images. In my case, I will not going to use it, so I will just deselect it. And here we proceed with the installation. Create a desktop shortcut. Confirm. The installation of PostgreSQL and all its components may take a lot of time. Sometimes it takes up to 20 minutes. So please be patient. By the way, you noticed that you had two options to select from. So you could install Dominion using standard installation and custom installation. Standard installation will install PostgreSQL and its database to your C drive. If you select custom installation, you will be having more options to customize your installation. For example, you can change the path for storing your PostgreSQL database. Yeah, I want to know that it's going to be just the database path, because the path to store your original files you select at the point where you select the folder to store uploaded files. So basically the folder to store uploaded files stores all your original files. If you are completely okay with storing your database on C drive, just proceed with the standard installation. It's our recommendation. So here we go. Here we're coming closer to the final point of the installation. Just a few more minutes. Okay, just a few more minutes, and here we go. Starting the database server. We're almost there. Creating an installer. Okay, here we go. Now, this is the final point of the Daminion server installation. Daminion is configuring the database and also will be configuring the default net catalog. You can create several catalogs if you prefer to, but automatically Daminion will create just one and will open it. So here we go, completing installation, adding certificates, creating default catalog, as I said. By the way, Daminion automatically installs Daminion desktop client application. The application will be opened right after the installation. So because we are going to use our web client, we can just close the application, the desktop application. So here we go. Let me close this. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, here we go. And also, as I said, the Daminion desktop client application will be opened automatically. Let me, okay, first let me start the Daminion server. And now let me close the desktop application. Now, this is the second point where you need to have some patience because Daminion web access may take some time to be installed. So, normally, Daminion web access is installed automatically. It happens when you already have your Internet Information Services activated. If Daminion web access is not installed automatically, you can click Administration tab on your Daminion Server Administration panel and there select Web Access. There you will be able to install Web Access manually. Nothing difficult, just follow the instructions on the screen. But make sure to activate your Internet Information Services first. Meanwhile, you can activate your license if you have already purchased this. If you do not have your license, you can activate it later. By the way, on the Daminion Server Administration panel, you will see your license type, the validity period, also your version. It is very important to let us know your version and the build number. Build number is the last four numbers. So if you have some issues with the Daminion, please let us know your version and the build number. You can see this information on the Daminion Server Administration panel. Also, you can see the user which is used to run Daminion server service. In our case, it's local system, no problem here. If you are storing your original files on the same computer where the Daminion server is installed, you can leave it as it is, this local system. Also, you can see the ports which are occupied, computer name and IP address, web access, which is being installed right now, and two more services which are running right now. It's file watching service and PostgreSQL service. So just a few more minutes and the web access will be installed. When the web access is installed, Daminion automatically creates a web catalog and automatically opens it in your default browser. By the way, you can see, okay, here we go. Now let me select Google Chrome. And meanwhile, you can go and create a users. By default, you have only 2 users. And depending on your license, you can create more users. Let me create Dean, just 1, 2, 3, 4. Change the role to editor and create, just to show you how it works. Now let's go back to our catalog. I'm going to use my administrator credentials. And here we go. Now you can start uploading your files to the catalog.
Hey everybody, so now that we've got our server running and our Dominion server is installed, you want to take note of this public IP address that we are going to be using. So I'm just going to copy it to my clipboard so that I can transfer it onto my Dominion client when we connect. So our public IP address is 35.178.93.147. Okay, so I'm going to select that, copy it to my clipboard. And as you can see, I've configured my Dominion server with a couple of tweaks. I'm logging in as the administrator account. And if you look at the catalog settings, what I've done is I've just configured the basic folders. Like I've created an uploads folder and an auto import folder. And the rest I've pretty much left on the defaults. Okay, so let's cancel this, close this, and then we are going to switch to our Dominion client. Let's open the shared catalog with that IP address. Okay, so there we have our test catalog. And I'm going to log on as admin and admin. So now you'll see it's going to open an empty catalog for me. And what I want to do is start importing these assets that I have on my test server. So what I need to do is I need to map a network drive over to my test server where all the assets are stored. So let's start importing our assets. So firstly, on my server machine, I just want to map a new network location to my server. I'm going to enter the address, and the assets folder is where I want to map to. I hit next, and because I've already entered the username and password on previous occasion to that folder, it would be saved and cached. But if you haven't, you will be prompted to enter a username and password. Once you've done that, you'll see there we go. So to import these assets is a simple matter of just dragging a set of assets into the Dominion client. So let's just take the first file, drag it in. Now notice as well that I'm dragging it in from the network location, which is very important if you want to access these files successfully from other computers. So I'm going to close this off, hit import, and in a minute we'll see there the first file is imported. Right now at this stage I can actually close this server interface and switch back to the desktop on my local machine. So if I press my F5 button, you'll see there we go. And if I go to my folders, you'll see there my cityscapes are imported as well. So now the crucial thing to notice here is that on my system here, I've already mapped that network drive to a folder here, network share on my computer, which I'm using to access these files. Right, so I can import them from here as well. So let's just take another one, drag and import it into the server. Hit import. And there we go, crunching away. So at the moment I have got this server running on the western side of the European Union. I've got my files on my local system over here. So my Dominion server is hosted completely in the cloud. All the files are available here on my local desktop because I've mapped my network server there, and I'm using my Daminion catalog to browse and scan through these folders. Right, so I'm going to pause it here and then import some assets, and once I've done that, I'm going to resume. So all our files are imported. You can have a scroll through them, and now the test would be to log on to the server. Okay, so let's enter that IP address. And there we have it. Just log on. And there we have it. It's very quick and easy to set up. You don't necessarily need all the infrastructure in-house, no expensive hardware. You can rent this on an as-needed basis, set it up in the cloud, and your office will be truly portable with your digital asset management system right there in the cloud. Thank you for watching.